Hello, my name is Danielle Mekas, and I wanted to inform you today about suicide awareness. In this day and age, suicide is more common than it should be for most people, and very little people know about it. There are important signs that people should be able to recognize, but they don't know what to look for. It is an underrated topic that people don't want to talk about because it's such a touchy subject. Some main topics include age, gender, and worldwide disparities. People of all ages commit suicide. Although the rates are higher for certain ages, these rates change every year. As surprising as it is, suicidal thoughts begin in children prior to hitting puberty, but the action of completing it is often rare. Following puberty, the number of suicides increase with increasing age. According to the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, in 2013, the highest suicide rate was among people 45 years to 64 years old. Suicide has become the third leading cause of death in people 15 to 24 years of age, and the sixth leading cause of death in youth ages 5 to 14 years of age. And according to National Alliance of Medical Illness, each year in the U.S., approximately 2,000 youth ages 10 to 19 commit suicide. Suicide rates in young people seem to be increasing year to year. Suicide is more common among those who are single, though, recently separated, divorced, or widowed. Suicide over the life cycle has been known because Susan Blumenthal has stated this in her book. And according to American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, for years the suicide rate has been 4 times higher for men than women. Statistics of those who have died in 2011, 78% were men, while only 21% were women. Research has shown that females have more thoughts about suicide, but men are more likely to commit the action. One possible explanation for the difference in suicide rates among men and women could be the difference in rates among depression of each of these. According to UpToDate, the suicide rate is greater in high school girls than boys. One possible explanation for this difference is girls and boys could have difference in the rates of depression for those. Girls are often more difficult time accepting themselves as puberty occurs, whereas boys develop a positive self-image. When it comes to a method, women commonly use poisoning as their method of suicide, while men often use firearms. Suicide is different in races as well. And although the world is different, suicide is still always going to be there. Suicide rates in the U.S. are higher in Caucasian, American Indians, and Native Alaskans. Research has shown that suicide rates among adolescents are highest for white males. However, UpToDate explained that between 1980 and 1996, the suicide rate increased rapidly among black males ages 15 to 19 years, and it has continued to increase as more recent years. There is one death by suicide in the world every 40 seconds, which is stated in WHO magazine, and Suicide Awareness, Voice of Education. Every year, there are over 800,000 people in the world that die from suicide. While most countries with high suicide rates are poor, there are also surprising few highly developed and rich nations which rank high in suicide rates. Studies show that Guyana has the highest suicide rate in the world, 4 times higher than the global average. According to Befrienders Worldwide, in the last 45 years, suicide rates have increased 60% worldwide. Suicide is now among the third leading cause of death among those ages 15 to 44 years of age, male and female. Suicide attempts are up to 20 times more frequent than completed. Today, there is such little knowledge about suicide, even though it is more common than it should be. The main topics that I have stated, everyone should know about, but most people don't. If more people knew about it, more people could be able to help. Suicide and suicidal attempts are unfortunately becoming more and more common. Suicide is such a tragic death that it is not controlled properly and is not talked about enough. If people could come together and show their awareness, it could be a start to a different life for people who have considered suicide or have suicidal thoughts. Others need to understand that suicide can be prevented in so many ways. Others need to understand that even though people attempt it and don't succeed, they still have that in their mind, and we all need to come together and help these people. Thank you.